So in this tutorial video, we'll be taking a different approach where a series of data inputs is provided. And at the end of the video, you should be able to produce the expected output. There will be two links in the description below, one for bakery prices. These are Google Drive links, but you can actually copy them into the CSV definition URL as follows. So if you run with the CSV reader, you should get the list of cakes that's available, whether it's fresh cream cake, strawberry cake, chocolate cakes, along with the name of the bakery and the location. And in the second link, we have a list of employees whose birthday falls in this month, along with their preferred choice for birthday cakes and the location where they stay. So the scenario is this. As the HR person, you need to help them to order the cakes and send it to their place. And along with that, you need to figure out the price of each cake that will be spent on each employee. So here we have the desired output. So you will want to include from the birthdays, the bakeries, along with the price that we are expected to pay. So you can now pause this video and attempt this exercise by yourself if you choose to. Now we'll proceed to walk through the different steps required and an explanation of how we use those steps. So we begin by ensuring that we are able to read both CSV files from Google Drive successfully. So create your CSV definition and your CSV reader. And in CSV definition, you want to copy and paste the corresponding link from the description in the video below. And run to CSV reader and ensure that we are able to see the different cake choices, the prices, along with the bakery name and location. Next, ensure the same for birthdays. So copy paste the link below into this URL for CSV definition and run to CSV reader, and you should see the 3 columns below. So we want to create the first exercise and we'll call it price per person. In this chain, we'll add the first step, which is chain call, and the chain call will work on the chain called birthdays. So we can do a check by running the chain call step and it will return us the list of birthdays. And the next thing we want to do is to perform a left join. So the left join purpose is to actually bring in the various prices of the cakes into this chain over here. So we are joining left field's location on right field's location, corresponding to the location fields in both Google Sheets. So now we'll run the left join step and you'll notice that the fields of the various cake selections are now included along with the name of the bakery. However, we are not near the final output, which is to only keep the price of the cake choice that each employee have made. So you can see Jill has made the choice of fresh cream cake. So we actually want to just capture this fresh cream cake price. The next step will be to add in a string join so that we can duplicate the field called choice, where it contains the name of the cake that the employee wants, into a output called price. You'll see in a bit why we need this additional field, but here is the additional field of price that contains the employee choice. So the next step is where the magic happens. And in the rename field, under from, we are going to put $price. So the dollar is a special symbol which tells the ambience tool that we're not taking from the field price, but actually the values inside this field for each record. So one example is you can see under Jack and Jill, under the field price, they have chosen fresh cream cake. So we're actually going to change fresh cream cake to price. I'll explain this concept further in a moment, but first let's run this rename field steps, and you see that the structure of the data looks a little bit strange because now there are empty values. So let's go back to string join and then relook at how the rename field works. So what it has done is it has taken the field, okay, the contents of the field in price and replaced it with the field price. Now it might sound very confusing, but what it does is it looks for fresh cream cake. So it looks for a field called fresh cream cake and then changes it from fresh cream cake into the field called price. And similarly, if it sees chocolate cake, it will find chocolate cake field and then change it to price. So this is why when you run to the rename field step, you will note that for the selection that was chosen, it will now be empty. So for example, Jill and Jack, they both chose fresh cream cake. You'll see that fresh cream cake is now empty. The reason for this is because on the JSON level, the field fresh cream cake has been changed and replaced to price. Note that on the record level, the field fresh cream cake for Jack and Jill no longer exists. So it's not just that it's an empty record, but there is no field called fresh cream cake in that particular record. Similarly, for Melody, who chose chocolate cake, you will see that chocolate cake field is empty, but fresh cream cake field is still present because only the chocolate cake field was renamed. Fresh cream cake wasn't renamed. And finally, to clean it all up, we want to be able to discard all the extra fields where the cake was not chosen. So strawberry cake, chocolate cake, fresh cream cake, we don't need this anymore. We can of course use the very basic discard field steps and list each of those unused fields, or we can use this discard fields regular expression step and put in dot star bracket cakes. So what this does is it looks and matches for anything that ends with the word cake.